In this map, we look at which execution method was last used in Europe, in which year. Apparently, there were 4 types of execution legally in Europe. The most recent executions were carried out in Russia and Belarus, where the death penalty technically continues today. The most common methods are shooting and hanging. Although the guillotine method seems very medieval to us, it was last used in France in 1977. Beheading, which is rarely used, was last practiced in Denmark in 1892 and was shelved forever. Let's continue with a more appetizing topic. The map you see on the screen shows us in which year the first McDonald's was opened in each country. We need to take a look at this area because there's something strange here. While McDonald's was previously serving in Montenegro and Macedonia, it has now stopped its operations in these countries. What about Albania and Kosovo? They've never even been there. Countries appearing as green are the early adapters. As the color approaches red, we understand that these countries are getting McDonald's later. Let's change the aspect by looking at the number of McDonald's outlets per 1 million people. There is a distinct lack of McDonald's in Eastern Europe. And yes, there is a problem with McDonald's in this area. If anyone knows, can you please write in the comments? Let's look at some alphabets, shall we? As it is known, most of Europe uses the Latin alphabet. Unlike everyone else, Greece uses its own alphabet. The rest of Europe uses the Cyrillic alphabet. Russia, Ukraine, Belarus, and Bulgaria are the countries where the Cyrillic alphabet is officially used. In some places, the 2 alphabets are used together. Here you can see the languages used in all countries in Europe and some regions within these countries. But what you see are not all official languages. We need to look here for official languages. The coloring you see on the maps is adjusted according to the similarity of language families. Although the majority of countries use a single official language, some countries may use more than one official language. For example, Switzerland has 4 different official languages. Let's take a look at most studied modern foreign language except English in lower secondary education. By the way, this data is from 2016. While the dominance of French is immediately noticeable, we see that there is an intense interest in Spanish in France. In Scandinavia, people are clearly interested in Spanish. Considering that 5% of the population in Finland speaks Swedish, I see their interest in the Swedish language as quite normal. The interest in Russian in the Baltic countries and Bulgaria is understandable. All of Germany and Austria's eastern neighbors have chosen German as a second foreign language. We should not forget its northern neighbor, Denmark. But I don't quite understand the interest in German in Greece. Does anyone know? Meet me in the comments. Well, if we ask the Europeans, which language would you like to improve of the languages you've already learned? What you see on the map are the most commonly mentioned answers among respondents. Americans often have difficulty pronouncing European languages. Here is a great guide for Americans. With help from here, you will now be able to pronounce the cities you see much better. Me? I will never fall into this trap. I do not intend to pronounce any foreign words in this video. Whenever I do this, I encounter cruel words in the comments. Now let's look at how they call Germany in European languages. Different languages in unrelated geographies call Germany in very similar ways, right? What about the word Earth? This time, the language groupings seem to have changed a little. Now let's make an interesting comparison and see how the words mother and father are used in different countries. Although the language origins try to reach a common decision about the word mother, quite different things have emerged for the word father. Still, it seems like it's possible to find something similar to your own language. What do you think? This is a map showing how the word woman is said in European languages. The biggest similarity seems to be in Slavic countries. Let's talk about a very famous proverb. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. The map you have seen shows the English translation of this proverb in each country. What do you say to this in your own country? When I first saw this map, it seemed very interesting to me, because I thought all countries used the quotation marks the same way. I was very surprised by this usage. We come to the most fun parts. Let's look at Google's autocomplete features. Here is the pattern. And these are the top autocomplete results for these countries. Let's look at the most interesting ones together. Why did Germany invade Poland? Why did Sweden ban Christmas lights? Why did United Kingdom leave the European Union? Why did Ireland split? Why did Norway knight a penguin? Really? Okay, let's change the question. Why does Germany have so many names? Why does Finland have the best schools in the world? Why does Estonia want to be Nordic? Why does Belarus exist? I believe that's enough. Let's change the topic. This is the most common surnames in every country. Does anyone among you have one of these surnames? Here you can see the meanings of these surnames. Did Germany and Ukraine catch your attention? The highest temperature ever recorded. Naturally, the hottest regions are southern European countries. But that's not what's interesting here. When you look at the northern countries, don't you think it's interesting that they have experienced such high temperatures before? Number of universities ranked in the top 500 in the world in 2019 according to the World University Rankings. A total of 18 countries in Eastern Europe could not place universities in the top 500. This is really sad. On the other hand, the United Kingdom, Germany, and Italy should be congratulated for their huge success in this regard. Number of dollar billionaires. It's a very interesting topic. The numbers you see above the countries show us the number of billionaires per 10 million people. Below is the actual number of billionaires in that country. Germany, which has the best economy in Europe, does not surprise us and is at the top of the list with 123 billionaires. On the other hand, Norway and Sweden seem to be trying to tell us something by having too many billionaires compared to their population. The situation in the Eastern Bloc countries is a bit dire. Most of them do not have any billionaires yet. Most populous city by country. As you can see here, the most populous cities of the countries are their capitals. But there are some exceptions, such as Istanbul. Istanbul, Turkey's most populous city, is not the capital. Instead, Ankara, which has a third of its population, is the capital. Number of cigarettes smoked per person per year. Yes, the situation in Belarus is deplorable, that is true. However, considering the population of Russia, there is a huge annual cigarette consumption in the country. The countries that are most conscious about this issue are northerners. Considering what has happened since the beginning of the video, I think this is the most livable region in Europe. If we look at the issue from a different perspective, Belarus is again at the top in the amounts consumed by an average daily smoker. Considering that there are 20 cigarettes in a pack, they consume an average of 1.5 packs of cigarettes a day. Take care of your health and please do not smoke. If you liked the video, please don't forget to like it and subscribe to the channel. You can also find many interesting videos I have prepared for you on my channel. Take care until the next video.